who to trust.
Trust me.
Awesome. Got it. Hello, Emma. My name is Nigeria Chambers. I'm of Big O Belt Media. It's a pleasure to talk to you today. How you doing?
Really good, thank you.
Good. Let's just start off with the very simple question. You are the lead of the new show Moonhaven. How are you feeling? How are you taking it all in?
I am honored and excited, and I cannot wait to share it with the world.
Absolutely. I can't wait for them to check it out. I'm a big fan of this genre, space exploration, but I also love what this show does very uniquely. And instead of pointing out, it's pointing in. Bella is a very complex character, and it's so complex that every episode that I've seen thus far, it's almost like people are trying to create a narrative about who she is. And then the next episode, somebody debunks that and adds another layer to it. And then she still has her own path. So for you, I kind of want to know, how did you vision Bella, and where can you kind of tell us about her journey, her struggles or challenges? So many different things come her way, but how would you like to describe that character?
I mean, gosh, she was a joy to learn from and play with. I think she's quite different from me as well, her energy. But yeah, so complex, as you say, and changing. And not perfect. She is a flawed character, but a beautiful one. And that's why you fall in love with her so much. And as an audience member, you see everything through her eyes. And those eyes, as you know, she can judge with them, but she lets people in as well. She has a big heart. She's incredibly bright and switched on, a wicked sense of humor. And yeah, she's kind of a reluctant hero. Which is so much fun to play. It's a joy. And she goes on such a journey, so many twists and turns, like you say, like you can never quite pin her down. She's always out to surprise you.
Yeah, she is she is from Earth. She's on the moon, is coming to that colonization of the Moonies and whatnot. And when they start to describe her, they use words like dark heart. They described her of killing 72 souls. Then they say she's been captured, she's been tortured, she's suffered. And then we learn about, why she's obviously there with her sister, what happened with her mother in the past. So many different things, to the point that you start to realize that the biggest thing that she's dealing with is trauma. But nonetheless, as you said, she walks with pride. She's very much assertive, and she knows and motivated into what she wants to do. I have to ask, what is that factor that keeps her going?
She's a survivor. She really is. And she takes enjoyment in funny things. Like, she has such an eclectic taste of music. She has a passion about her. And she enjoys people from a distance. She would have done really well in the lockdown, I think, would Bella. Yeah, and when she gets close to people and she does let them in, it takes a while, but when she does, she has such a rich love and loyalty for them. And ultimately, she wants the moon to succeed, which is why she reluctantly does go along with things. And I think she likes a challenge. And she finds things really funny in her own way. So it'll be interesting to see what people make of her as it goes along and as things unfold.
Yeah, I think obviously one of the biggest things I wanted to use in the purpose of this interview is do not judge her, because whatever you're going to think the first episode will not stand the second episode, will not exist by the third episode, and it just continues to unravel. And it's a beautiful story. And I also love, for all you animal lovers, one of my favorite lines of the series thus far is that, well, I break rules to save cute dogs. And I was like, I think a lot of people would agree there.
Yeah, she has a wicked sense of humor, man. Yeah. She plays with people. She gets people, and which is something that the Mooners have in common. Her and the Mooners, they understand people and how to work people. But also, I suppose she knows to a degree who to let in.
Yeah. Early off in the series, you get to tangle a little bit with the character Tom, played by Joe Manganiello. I would love to know, stepping in somebody I really, really, when I talk about stunt and fight choreography, Joe is amongst the top. How was it for you being able to get some early scenes, some early action in with him?
It was an honor. He is so much fun, and he's just a gorgeous human being. He bought me a blanket while we were filming because I had a chest infection. So although he's this like action hero Superman, he's a big softy at heart, and he loves sci-fi as well. So doing something that is world building and culture building with him, and getting to tango in that fight was just wonderful. And Vic Armstrong as well, who was our director, a legend as well. So having him sort of take the reins and lead us and learn from Joe and learn from him, and also kick ass was like cool. And his dog Bubbles was always on set. And she's so cute, but she just doesn't like me, and we spent months together. So she was always on his lap and quite protective of him, sort of back off, Emma. But no, it was everyone in the cast. It was an honor to work with them and the crew.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, since I'm coming over my time, I do want to kind of ask another question in terms of things we can expect. I mean, this character, as I continue to talk about the layers of this character, there's other characters that she interacts with, Paul being one, Mighty being another, and even these, because I don't want to give it away, but even these sort of visions or whatnot from other characters. How does these characters that you weren't so opening to, then you start to kind of, a little bit kind of, they're not so bad people after all. But how does these characters kind of influence her going forward? For somebody who seems to really be kind of, a loner, and she does it the way she wants to do it. But how does these other characters sort of influence her path and her journey?
She kind of, you're right, she grows to love some of them, and some relationships really surprise her later on. Like you say, you don't see them coming, which is fascinating. And especially for me, I've never done something episodic before. So getting the scripts as you go, you're kind of like, what, Peter? Really? But my gosh, the man is a genius. He knows what he's doing. And it's lovely to keep being surprised as you go along. And because I got on with everyone so well, it was a joy to work and play with them. Kadeem especially as well. I think Bella and Arlo, their story is really interesting. He's such a great guy. He said on day one, he was like my brother on set, and I loved and respected that. Amara, Ayelet, Joe, Dom, working with all of them and seeing how the relationships grow is fascinating. I think you'll love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, as we learn more about the character of Bella's mother Lowe and the sister Chill, how that comes into play. And as I said, this whole political thing happening with Mighty and whatnot, it's going to be an interesting journey. And I'm so excited to continue to check out the series as I got to check out a little bit. And obviously it was an extreme pleasure to talk to you about it. You're doing a fantastic job. And I just love just the different mannerisms, just all the emotions that you're kind of giving us in this. Like, I love how the character's layered, and I love how she is a hard read. You don't come in there trying to judge her because you're going to be criminally wrong. So you're doing a fantastic job, Emma, and I'm digging it so far.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in for this interview. Thank you so much, Emma, for a chance to chat with you. And check out Moonhaven. It's going to be releasing AMC Plus very soon, and it's one you want to keep your eyes out for.